This is going to be a reading for the sign of Leo or Pluto retrograde. Pluto went retrograde today. It's going to be there for a couple months. Leos, we have it in our 7th house of partnerships and relationships. We also have the full moon in Scorpio that is coming up on the 12th of May. In our 4th house. So there is a connection there with the 4th house of home, childhood, our relationship to our mother, and then on the full moon, there's also going to be an opposition between Venus and Taurus, because Venus is going to move into Taurus around that time. And I think it's going to be at 26 degrees of Taurus, which is also conjunct the fixed star Algol. If you guys don't know the star Algol, I did make a video about it. It's called the Demon Star. And it is, I think it's in the center of the Taurus bull. And it's the head of Medusa. Anyways, it represents power. It represents to lose one's head, like metaphorically. It can be a dangerous star, but there's a lot of wealth that comes from that star as well. But when it's with Venus and it's opposing the full moon in Scorpio in the 4th house, that is really speaking to the family dynamics, like even more. That like it actually brings up the mother and the father, because I think the father is in the 10th, if I'm not mistaken, and the 4th house is the mother. So it's just wounds to your earlier experiences in life and how it's affected the way that you relate to others and who you draw to you. So this is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pluto retrograde. Themes for Pluto retrograde. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Maybe I won't do a Celtic. There might be a better spread to do than that one. Yeah, maybe I'll just stick with the 7-card spread. That might be better. And then I can just do more of them throughout so that, you know, like energy changes. So you need to kind of check in every now and then to get updates on it, right? Yeah, let's just start with the 7-card spread. I think the Celtic will just take too long. And I'm still trying to get better at doing stuff like that. Anyways. Okay. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Leo. So the first card for this Pluto retrograde, what to take a closer look at. What do Leos need to take a closer look at during Pluto retrograde? What do Leos need to take a closer look at during Pluto retrograde? The Magician. Leo, what do you not need to worry so much about? What does Leo not need to worry so much about? What does Leo not need to worry about? Oh. The Six of Swords reversed. Yep. And what danger does Leo need to beware of? Okay. Oh my gosh, look. I kid you not, it's the devil. That's the danger you need to be aware of, Leo, okay? Noted. All right, so what does Leo need to hold tight to? What does Leo need to hold tight to? The King of Wands. Ooh. Ooh, look at his expression. Look at that. Hey. So charismatic. All right. So what does Leo need to learn to appreciate? What does Leo need to learn to appreciate? What does Leo need to learn to appreciate? The Ten of Wands. What does Leo need to stop pursuing? What does Leo need to stop pursuing? What does Leo need to stop pursuing? Strength. Oh, okay. What does Leo need to seek? 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 The Five of Wands. I'm going to have to clarify that one. All right, so for first card, taking a closer look at the Magician card. And I'll read the descriptions for you guys. Elemental beings, animals, and insects closely assist the magician in conjuring the powers of the natural world. The infinity symbol above the owl perched on her head confirms that everything is connected by perpetual energy. The bird delivers an arcane message, and the butterflies announce transformation. The wildflowers symbolize the ever-blooming universe with which the magician works. Objects representing the four elements are always available to her: wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. So the meanings of this card is infinite possibilities, self-confidence, personal power, determination, concentration, action, and focus. So what I get from this, you need to take a closer look at how you manifest, right? With Pluto retrograde, this is about learning your personal power, learning how you show up in relationships and what you're gravitating towards or what you are attracting towards yourself. And it starts with you. It starts with the way you manifest and how you feel about yourself. So to focus on all the possibilities and the opportunities that you have no matter what situation you may be in. And then the second card, as to what you don't need to worry so much about, we have the Six of Swords reversed, and this is the only reverse card I got out. So let's go ahead and read the meanings, and then I will read the reverse. So the Six of Swords. A girl spots a ray of sunlight coming through the dark clouds as she awakens to the wonders of the world. She frees a bird, symbolizing her desire to reach distant shores. And the meanings of this card is recovering from trauma, feeling sad, starting over, coping, being uprooted, moving toward hopeful conditions. But the reversed is that, the opposite of that. It's like resisting change. So this is good that you don't have to worry about this, because what is the reason why it's reversed? It's saying, if you've been worried, like, am I ever going to be able to move forwards? If you feel stuck in something, this is your answer to let you know that, no, you don't need to worry about whether or not you're going to be able to move forwards and push through. You will, because it's saying that it's just going to automatically happen. So not to worry about this mindset, because it's going to automatically do that for you. That's what I'm getting from that. And don't worry so much about being stuck, right? And then the third card of what danger to beware of, and it's obviously the devil, right? It makes sense. It totally makes sense. Look how she's chained to this devilly looking man creature being. I like the artwork of these cards. I'm going to read this one though for you. Okay. So, the goat god and the lady guard a treasure chest. Each wants the riches for themselves alone. He confidently senses his mind control over her. The woman wears a mask to disguise her unbridled desires, yet she caresses his face and flirtatiously exposes a leg. The walls around them seem to be caving in from the pressure of temptation. The sweet, ripe fruit at the lady's feet beckon on her to indulge. So this represents greed, egoism, entrapment, procrastination, caught up in temptation, obsessions, and addictions. So to beware of anything that is connected to this. If you feel that you have been stuck in something that has been unhealthy for you, or a dynamic that has been unhealthy for you, that hasn't been helping your self-worth, but keeping you from being able to grow and shine, and to beware of the temptation, because it will test you. And this could be in regards to a person, people, whether it's friendships, love. This could be with actual addictions, whether it's like drugs, alcohol, smoking, those types of things. Or any kind of vice, really, that has been keeping you bound. And then for the card number 4, what to hold tight to, is the King of Wands. I'm going to read that one. Obviously, this can represent a person that you're either interested in, or it can represent your significant other, or it can represent, if you don't have someone, then maybe this is something that comes about. And once it comes about, to hold on tight to it. I don't know. But you take it as it resonates for you, okay? Because everyone's situation is different. But I'm going to read this one. Okay. So look at his facial expression. Look at that. Look at him. Look at that charisma. A fire sign like yourself, Leo. Okay, so the king has a confident, passionate nature. The cobra emerging from the box represents divine authority. Sprites at the king's feet work and entertain him. His expression holds intensity and seduction. Meanings: self-assertion, ambition, financial planning, strong leadership abilities, and confidence. This could also mean all those things. If it's not a person, it could also mean that. Hold tight to your charisma, your self-assertion, your ambition, your leadership abilities. So, and then what to learn to appreciate. And I know this doesn't really make sense because it's like the 10 of Wands. Like, why would I appreciate burden? But I think it's definitely deeper than that. I'll read it to you. So, 10 of Wands. Already overwhelmed from the 10 of Wands on his back, the young man adds to his load by collecting heavy rocks. He recognizes his own predicament in the wilting flowers and his exhausted companion. So the meanings of it's just taking on too much, overwhelmed with responsibilities, feeling of pressure, and the need for clear obligations. What I get from this is to have appreciation for all the work that you did put in. I'll give an example. So during these times of Pluto retrograde in our 7th, as we reflect back, there's going to be a lot of sadness that we feel because there's going to be some people we're going to have to leave behind, right? And what makes it more difficult to leave things behind is when we carry around guilt, when we carry around shame and burdens, because we're constantly reflecting. Like, did I do all that work for nothing? No, appreciate that you had an experience, whether or not it was successful. Appreciate the fact that you learned a lot and that you did put a lot of effort in. Even if someone else doesn't realize how much work you put in, eventually they will someday. But it's not for you to hold on to the burdens forever. Some people, they don't have appreciation for you, right? They don't recognize all the time and effort and attention that you gave to them. Some people don't realize that until it's too late. They don't recognize the authenticity that you had. But that's not your burden, right? You know where you were. You know what you went through, what you felt, your emotions, the way that it lifted you to the highest of highs and then broke you down to the lowest of lows. And that's what's most important, that you recognize that you did put a lot of effort, that you did do the best you could, that you hung in there for as long as you could. You did everything you could possibly do. Appreciate that, right? And recognize the work that you put in. And then, let's see, what to stop pursuing is the Strength card. So let me find that. Okay. The orange wings of the lion suggest his fiery energy and the ability to soar to greater heights. The woman's fish-shaped hat crowns her bravery and fortitude. An infinity symbol indicates unity and the balance of forces. Her white dress signifies peace and purity. So the meanings of this is courage, determination, being constructive, self-discipline, trusting your own abilities, compassion, seizing control of your destiny. So for this one, I get two different things from this because strength can also represent holding back. Strength can also represent keeping things inside, but it's something that is not, it's making you suffer from not releasing it, right? And you're just trying to be strong, but meanwhile you're suffering. So it could be stop pursuing that. This could also mean it like controlling a situation, because that's what it says here. It's like seizing control, right? Or trying to control your destiny, trying to control the way things turn out, when we can't do that. Like we just can't do that. That's not how it works. And so to just let it flow, whatever happens, happens. And everyone can make their own decisions on what they want to do. So it's less about controlling the way things end up or the way things go, more so having the strength, recognizing all the love, patience, and effort that you put in. And it came, like, everything comes from a genuine part of you, because this is a Leo card. So Leo representing the heart, having the strength to endure a lot of ups and downs and pains with a particular someone or with a group of people or family, but to let go of controlling the outcome of it. And then what to seek is the 5 of Wands. And I need to clarify this because I don't really know what that means. Like, why would you want to seek confrontation? Because that's usually what the 5 of Wands means. Yeah. So the 5 of Wands, it's 4 opposed beings poised ready for combat. In spite of their disputes, their pink hue symbolizes the presence of universal love. Oh, interesting. The 5th wand, pointing upward, indicates a different point of view. Oh. So meanings, conflicts, quarrels, discord, unavoidable upheavals and struggle. But the description of the card itself is what pointed it out. Oh my gosh, this lighting. Sorry. This lighting is so annoying. To seek a different point of view, because that's what it said, right? The part that really sticks out. The presence of universal love. The 5th wand that's pointing upward amongst the battles, amongst the conflicts, indicates a different point of view for everyone involved to look at something. So I like that. The World is at the bottom. The World card is at the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh, this is definitely signifying a huge, massive change in your life, Leo. A huge, massive change with the World being at the bottom. So to prepare yourself for all the many changes that are happening. But I'll read this. So the World card, mothering a renewed earth, a flying mermaid reflects happily on the wonders of her journey as she mixes her life force with the ocean and sun. Butterflies are newborn spirits infused with a zest for life. Morning doves of peace and love rest upon her glowing aura. She celebrates creation and knows that there is a place for everything. Meanings, completion, honor, success, fulfillment, and triumph. That is so awesome. Oh my God. It's a mermaid. I love mermaids. But it's like the mermaid with the sun. So it's a mix with like Leo in there. And it kind of reminds me of the North Node and South Node right now as well. Or mainly just the North Node with being in Pisces, right? Because Pisces represents the mermaid energy. And then right now, since Pluto in Aquarius is opposing Leo, the sign of Leo, that's the sun. But all of these energies combined are serving as a gateway. There is a purpose to ascension in the end. And I love that. That was an awesome read. Very cool. All right, well, I hope you guys liked this. It was fun to do it. Until the next time, peace out.